In spite of the crazy seller's market, you will still hear stories from your friends and family how they were able to secure a property without overbidding or competing with multiple offers. In fact, unlike you, they probably didn't even have to see so many properties or skip on the home inspection and financing conditions. So were these people just lucky, or is there really a trick to finding good real estate deals that you don't know about? Hey everyone, it's Gourav Khatri and I help people buy, sell and invest in real estate all over the GTA. And in today's video, I'm going to share some of my secrets that I've used over the years to help my clients secure good real estate deals no matter what kind of market we're in. So let's get to it. Skip spring. Spring is one of the busiest seasons to sell real estate. With the weather warming up, buyers start going out and looking for properties to purchase, and sellers start preparing to list their homes. For the last couple of years, I've known the spring season to be a seller's market because sellers don't want to list until the summer and buyers want to be done with their move by the summer because they don't want to disturb the school year or their vacation plans. So there is less inventory in the spring and more buyers, which means most properties are getting multiple offers. In the summer, the inventory starts going up and the number of buyers starts reducing because most of them have already purchased a home or are not looking for a home anymore. However, it's still a busy market. In the fall season, buyers are not interested in looking at homes anymore because the new school year has started, they've spent money on vacations and would rather save before they start looking again. However, there are still properties that listed towards the end of summer and missed the sale season. Those properties are not really getting multiple offers or a ton of showings. And that's why don't let the fear of missing out take over, which is only going to make you jump on the bandwagon and purchase a home in a busy market. If you don't want to participate in bidding wars, it's best to skip the spring market and start looking for homes towards the end of summer going all the way into the fall season. In terms of months, that is September, October and November. Tenanted properties. In any given market, most of the buyers you will find are looking to purchase a property for themselves to live in. If a property has been tenanted, then there's a huge question looming about when and if they will vacate the property. There are laws in Ontario that protect the tenant's rights, and some tenants tend to take advantage of that. Evicting a tenant is not easy either. Due to the current backlog, it may take around 6 to 8 months to get your first court hearing, which means if you're selling your home and purchasing a new one that is tenanted, there are high chances you may be homeless if the tenant refuses to move out. Additionally, tenants don't really take care of properties as well as their owners do, which makes buyers believe that there could be lots of broken things in the home. Hence, many buyers try to avoid properties that are tenanted. The tenants also don't get to benefit from the sale of the property. In fact, it's bad for them because they need to accommodate showings, make the property look presentable, and possibly even move out before closing. Many tenants do not want to put in all the effort if it doesn't benefit them, and instead make the seller's life difficult by providing limited times to show the property and declining most showing requests. Less showings mean there are less buyers looking at the home, which can then result in less or no offers, thus giving you an advantage. Days on market. When sending listings to my clients, the first thing I tell them to look at is the days on market of the property. If a property has been sitting on the market for less than the average number of days it takes to sell a property, then that means that the listing is still pretty fresh. It may still have quite a few buyers looking at it and is still too early to negotiate a lower price. If a property has been listed for more days than the average amount of time it takes to sell a house in that market, then it most likely means that the property is either overpriced or something is wrong with it. The longer a property sits on the market, the more anxious the sellers will be to sell. The more anxious the sellers are, the more willing they will be to entertain any kind of offer. And believe me, no matter how crazy the market, you will always find properties that have been listed for way too long. A quick hack realtors use to reset the days on market is to terminate the listing and relist at the same or reduced price. That will reset the days listed counter back to 0, making most people believe that it's a brand new listing. That's why I recommend looking at when the property was previously listed and for what price, which will give you an indication of how long they've been trying to sell the property for and how many times the price has been changed. A property that has been listed for longer than usual generally indicates that no one else is looking at it anymore, which means when you put in your offer, you will not be competing with 10 other offers and instead will have enough time to go back and forth on negotiations and secure the property on favorable terms. By the way guys, please make sure to give me a quick thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to keep getting regular updates on my latest content. Bad photography. As I've said in my previous videos, buyers take less than 7 seconds deciding whether a home is on their must-see list, and they do that by looking at the pictures of a home first. If the photos look cheap and bad, they will make the house look bad. There are two main reasons for bad photography. One is that the sellers probably hired a discount agent who could not afford a professional photographer, or they hired a flat fee brokerage that just puts their listing on the MLS and the sellers would need to provide their own photos and do their own negotiations. In both cases, most buyers will just skip on seeing these homes no matter how good they may be in person. The lack of showings and offers will put you at a good advantage to negotiate your terms. In fact, if it's a discount agent handling the listing, they're probably not putting in that much effort to bring buyers to the table. And like sellers, they too will jump on the first decent offer they get. Lack of showings. A property with few showings indicates that there is very little interest in the property. Now, you don't want to wait for the average days of market to pass to bring in your offer, because you're not going to be the only one looking for properties that have not sold for days. You need to find out how many people are interested in the property. Sure, you can ask the listing agent, but they could just lie about it. Instead, there's another way to figure out the amount of interest in a property. When booking an appointment to see the property, ask your realtor to see what the calendar looks like to book your appointment. The software can usually tell which time slots are unavailable and which ones are available. Check how many appointments have been booked for the week. It will give you an indication of how many buyers are interested in the property. You won't be able to see how many appointments were booked in the past, but you can surely see forward. I've been able to get my buyers great deals on properties that were listed for less than 3 days, and their listing agents were telling me how busy it's been with showings booked back to back and how they're expecting multiple offers. But I knew that there were no showings being booked because their calendars were wide open. Off-market properties. This is something you may not have access to as a buyer, but as a realtor, we can check for listings that did not sell. When there's a shortage of supply, I like to see at least 5 years in the past and find listings that were terminated or expired. I then show them to my clients, and if there are any that could be of interest to them, I reach out to the listing agent and ask if their sellers would be interested in selling the property if the right offer came along. A lot of these sellers are not actively thinking about selling, but they would entertain an offer if it came along. Another way we find off-market properties are through our office and network of realtors. Before a property gets listed on the MLS, many sellers like to test the market by signing an exclusive agreement with an agent to see if they can bring interested buyers without having to make accommodations for photography, staging, showings, etc. These exclusive listings are usually found on internal networks and private online groups meant just for agents. Most buyers and agents look for properties on the MLS. And since these properties are not active on the MLS yet, very few people really know that these properties are for sale. So you being the only offer on the table will not only get a chance to negotiate a good price, but also include a satisfactory home inspection and financing conditions. Let me know in the comments what tricks you've used in the past to secure a property.